Quick little video for you guys making some chocolate chip pumpkin muffins, and we're not going to waste much time. We are going to get right into it because we know we're getting close to the holidays and you guys are busy. So to do this recipe is real simple. We're going to start off with just 4 ounces of butter, which we've let sit out and soften. We have a cup of lakanto monk fruit keto-friendly sweetener. In this little vial right here, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we have a tablespoon of lakanto maple syrup, which is a really great keto-friendly maple syrup alternative. We have 3 beautifully pasture-raised grass eggs. We have 15 ounces or a whole can of pumpkin puree. Please make sure that you read the labels and make sure that you get 100% pure pumpkin puree and not like pumpkin pie mix or something like that that's going to be full of a lot of sugar. For a flour substitute, we like to use the whey protein powder. The one we get is just 100% whey protein powder, which is pretty fabulous. For the spices, we're gonna, just very traditional pumpkin pie spices, I guess, right? We got a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Don't forget the salt. And some chocolate chips. We've got a cup of Lily's keto-friendly chocolate chips, which are really nice because they don't use any sugar in their chocolate chips, so that's fantastic. And that's basically it. So first we're going to cream together our 4 ounces of butter, the monk fruit, and the vanilla. I'm just going to do that right in this nice big bowl right here. Get this all going. My butter maybe could have been a little bit more softened.
But you're just gonna try to work through that right now.
Let me get a spatula. All right. I would say you definitely want to make sure that your butter is good and softened. You can see that if it's not softened to the right consistency, it's not going to blend and mix in very well. Let's set this aside for a second. And so we will just continue with the spatula here. Probably would have been a good option to even probably just start with that. All right, so we're just gonna get it all kind of combined together here, and then we're gonna drop in our eggs. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drop in our 3 eggs. You can drop them all in at the same time. It shouldn't hurt anything, but I still like to kind of do one at a time. And again, you're just looking to kind of incorporate each one, move on to the next. Go ahead and drop in the other egg. Mix that one in. We are just about there. Drop in our last egg. Get that yolk broke. If I was trying to make sunny side up eggs or over easy eggs, that egg would have broke before it came out of the shell. All right, so we have the eggs are all mixed in. And now we are going to add our pumpkin. All right, there we go. We are ready to start adding in our dry ingredients. You can look at that. It is just an absolute beautiful color. It's looking like Thanksgiving around here already. So with our spices, I am just going to dump them right into our whey protein mix. I'm gonna give that a quick little blend up here. And then I'm actually gonna send this all through we're gonna sift it into here so it's all nice and fluffy. We want fluffy. All right. So I'm just going to start sifting some of this through. We'll do this in a little bit smaller batches here. You definitely want to make sure that you incorporate all of the whey protein powder in here in small batches, because if you don't, it will tighten up on you and it'll be really, really difficult to get blended smoothly. All right, nice little batch. That. And amazingly enough, it looks like my salt is too big to go through the screen. So I'm actually got all of the whey in there. And I don't know if you can really see it in the camera too good, but that is just my salt crystals. You can hear it. It's too early for Santa's sleigh, man. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. All right, I'm just gonna dump the salt right in there. All right, so everything's looking like it's pretty well incorporated here. I'm going to add in our 1 cup of Lily's chocolate chips. We're not affiliated, we don't have a sponsorship with them, but I would like to say that I absolutely love these chocolate chips. They're nice, tiny little morsels. They're absolutely just tasty. They taste exactly like what you think chocolate should taste like. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, this is like diet chocolate. No, this is really, really good stuff. There we go. Incorporate these in. All right, then we're gonna get a little muffin pan, drop some paper in, and then we're gonna load them up. We have our oven is already preset. It's been preheated now, but it's all set. It's already goes at 350 degrees. And we are going to cook these in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. And you're definitely going to want to test them. Get yourself a toothpick or a little cake tester or something like that. And you're going to want to test them to make sure that they are done in the middle. So let me go get my muffin tins and we'll get these into the oven. All right, so we've got our muffin tin here, and we've lined it with some paper already. And I've got this handy little scooper right here. And as you can see, maybe you can see the label on it, but it says 3 tablespoons, and that's what we're gonna dish out is 3 tablespoons. You could, of course, just, you know, use a tablespoon measure. All right, so these are gonna go into the oven, like I said, at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes, and then we'll check them for doneness. All right, so it dawned on me while I was sitting here making these that, you know, maybe you're just feeling a little extra today, right? So we're gonna be a little extra, and we're gonna throw in some goat cheese. I have a beautiful organic goat cheese that I got from Whole Foods. It's really, really quite tasty. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take like a teaspoon of goat cheese. I'm just gonna kind of ball it up a little bit. Just for an extra little nugget of surprise. So, obviously, you know, if you're not a fan of goat cheese, you could substitute some cream cheese, would be perfectly acceptable. I really, really love goat cheese, and I actually use it as a substitute for cream cheese pretty much all the time. I like using goat cheese myself because I think it's a much healthier alternative to cream cheese, I think. A lot of the cream cheeses just have a lot of stuff other than cheese in them. I was really surprised the first time I read the ingredient list on cream cheese. It's just difficult to find something that doesn't have like a bunch of emulsifiers and stuff like that in them. So I think I need a handy dandy scooper for a teaspoon. All right, so we got these 6 right here. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'm gonna put a little bit more of the pumpkin mixture on top of these here just to kind of cover up the cheese a little bit, and can't wait to try those. Hopefully I'm gonna have enough pumpkin mixture left. This was a little bit of an experiment here. This wasn't part of the original plan, but sometimes you gotta just change things up. It's that moment that inspiration hits.
You look best in.
It looks like we're gonna have just barely enough. All right, so that's it. I guess I don't need those favors. Six less muffins, but a lot more love. I guess we'll just leave them. I was gonna try to separate them out so they'd be in the pan evenly. That didn't work out. All right, well, we'll see how they could turn out. All right, look at that. Pumpkin muffins getting ready to get done. We are gonna stick a little stick in them. Stick them with a stick. Yep, pretty dry, pretty clean coming out. Looks pretty good. We're gonna let these cool. We're getting ready to make our whipped topping. I'm gonna go set those back over there so that they can cool. But yeah, we're getting ready to make our whip. Okay, so yeah, we are definitely gonna make up some wonderful whip topping here, and I am going to make it with some organic heavy whipping cream and some coconut cream today. Of course, if you are dairy intolerant, feel free to just not use the heavy whipping cream and just make your normal whip topping with coconut cream like you probably normally would. But what we're gonna do today is I've got, yes, 3/4 cup of my heavy whipping cream. Pretty awesome, right? And if you, in case you're wondering, I did find this cream. Okay, I think we're on camera with that. So I've got this whipping cream right here. I picked it up at Whole Foods, and it's just an organic heavy whipping cream, and it's really, really quite good. And I'm pretty sure, let me take a look here. Yeah, the ingredients on this is just organic cream. There's no emulsifiers, no guar gums or any additives or anything like that. It is strictly just cream, which I like. Some people it doesn't really bother so much, but I kind of like to not have as many, you know, those kind of like emulsifiers and stuff like that. Just kind of try to cut it all out. So a little bit more difficult to do with the coconut cream. I think there might be a couple available that you can get, but they're not always easy to find. So that is 1 tablespoon, by the way, of coconut cream. And that's just gonna add a little bit of depth and a little bit of body to our whip topping. And then we have some erythritol. This is powdered erythritol. And this is basically like a confectioner's sugar substitute. Very, very keto friendly. So we're gonna just go ahead and toss that in there. And we have some maple syrup because we have to top these pumpkin muffins with a little bit of maple syrup, I think. Right. So we have this lakanto maple syrup substitute that we're going to add to this as well. All right, and now I'm just going to whip this all up. All right, so there we go. We got some whipped topping. Probably want to give that a lick, right? Give it a try. Oh, what, you want one too? Well, you better come over here and get it. Well, thank you, Miss Amber.
You're welcome.
Tasty, tasty, tasty. So, got just a little bit of hint of the maple syrup in that, and a little bit of the vanilla. It's not overly sweet with the amount of monk fruit that we put in there, or sorry, that wasn't monk fruit, that was erythritol. It's not overly sweet with that. You can, of course, adjust the sweetness to your likeness. I'm not a big fan of super sweet whipped cream, so I like to use just a little bit of the erythritol for it. And that's it. So as soon as the muffins are cool, we're gonna top them with some of this Cool Whip and call it a day. All right, and here is the pumpkin muffins that we put that little nugget of goat cheese right in the middle of it, right? So we're gonna give that a little check here. See if we got the timing. Oh yeah, very, very good. Awesome. So we're gonna let these cool, top them with some of that whipped topping as well, and they are gonna be beautiful. Okay, so here we have our finished pumpkin muffins, and they came out pretty good, and we made up some whipped cream. We just put it into a plastic bag and then just cut the tip off, and we're just gonna kind of swirl some whipped cream around on here, see how it goes. All right, nothing fancy. I am not a baker by nature, so. Oh, there we go. I think one other little thing. All right, so I got a little bit of nutmeg, and I think I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle the very top of these with a little bit of nutmeg, just because I'm feeling festive today. All right, there you go, pumpkin muffins. So here you can see, there's the chocolate chip pumpkin muffins, and we got the goat cheese in the middle of them. Beautiful flavors, all come together. Go and take it off the wrapper here. Give this just a little taste. So right away, you definitely get that chocolate and pumpkin. They really come together well. The whipped cream, we did put some maple syrup in there, and it came out really, really good. It's not overly sweet, which is kind of like just the way I like it. The little bit of goat cheese does give it just a faint bit of tartness. It's kind of a nice little surprise in there. And yeah, I think you bring these to your Thanksgiving gathering, and people are going to be very, very happy with them. So anyways, if you guys liked these pumpkin muffins, just go ahead and like, and please subscribe and share our videos with all of your friends. And hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Thank you. You guys have a great day.